Welcome to Go Fish with Dan Kenny. Today, I'm in California, Diamond Valley Lake. I'm with FLW Pro Art Berry, Mark Rogers from Okuma Fishing. What are we gonna do today, Art?
Swimbait 101.
All right. Hey, Mark, I hear, back when the swim bait craze started in California, you had a little something to do with that, right?
Oh, I've been doing it for a long time. 1995, I believe, was the first time I started throwing these things. We're gonna go after some giant largemouth and maybe get a bonus striper in the mix.
All right, let's go get them. Enjoy the show.
I tell you what, you can't really ask for better swim bait conditions. Ideally, what you're looking for, especially in a lake that has got real clear water, is you want to have some sort of condition. In other words, some sort of low light, being wind, rain, fog, snow, some sort of condition that's going to break the light down. And one thing that's going to do that, besides those conditions, is going to be some sort of flat vertical rock, which is going to be on the bank. Just had one right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just had one right there. But the flat vertical rock creates lots and lots of shade for those fish to pin stuff to, and that's really what that's what they're trying to do to these trout. They're not easy for them to grab, so what they like to do is they love to pin them. In other words, when you got water that's real clear, the way that those fish feed, bass feed a lot like killer whales when they feed on seals. They can feed on them all day long out in the middle of the ocean, but when do they like to get them? When they can pin them to the bank. And that's a lot of what the fish do on the swim bait, the same thing. When they have something that's flat and vertical, that's on the bank, that they can actually pin something to, that's when they're gonna move up there to feed. They use the surface as a wall, they use the bank as a wall, and they also use the boat as a wall. A lot of swim bait fish will be caught with less than 10 feet of line out. They wait till the most opportune time to when they can get it. So when you have good condition, you have wind, rain, some sort of thing that's gonna break the light down, and you have a flat vertical rock up on the bank, you got a good opportunity catching one on the swim bait.
Throwing these beautiful swim baits, and you have some bigger ones that I saw in your bag, Mark.
Oh yeah.
So basically, as Art said, we're throwing into the shores here, into the rocks. What's the presentation right now?
Well, right now, since we got this wind chop going on the water, the fish are gonna be a little bit more active. They're gonna be moving around a little bit more. I like to throw some erratic jerks in the mix. You know, a slow, steady retrieve with a couple angle changes really makes a difference as far as getting those fish to react and trigger on eating one of these swim baits here. You could burn the bait, you can slow roll it. Basically, it's bass fishing. We just need to figure out what the fish want right now. But as far as the cast goes, Art made a very good point there earlier. Work your bait all the way back to the boat. These fish will come up with 3 feet of line out and crush this bait right at the boat side.
Originally, when we talked, Mark and I, we were gonna take the $50,000 bass rig out, and now this is actually a bonus. 3 guys on a pontoon boat, right?
Absolutely. You know, unfortunately, because the lake is low, this is all we've had to resort to is going out on the pontoon. Sure would be nice to be out there in that brand new Ranger, but since the lake's been closed, they've just had the boat rentals available. So this is what I've been able to use for guiding. It's actually worked out great. You got a great platform to cast on. It's something a little different and something we can have fun on.
But you're not going to see yourself on this on the FLW tour anytime soon.
No, not on the FLW tour, that's for sure. But out here having fun, throwing the swim bait, learning a lot, and enjoying ourselves. I mean, heck, that's what it's all about.
Now, Mark, I will say, with these massive swim baits, I'm reeling it in. It's almost like me reeling in a 2-pound bass in a tournament.
You'll catch 1 and 2 pound fish on a bait that big.
Yeah.
This isn't only a big fish bait. What really got me hooked on swim bait fishing was the first time I went out and did it, I was walking the shore of the Castaic Lagoon. The first day, I caught a 3-pounder and I caught a 15-pounder.
Wow.
Right then and there, I got rid of all my standard bass gear because I told myself, if I can catch tournament grade fish as well as giants, why do I ever need to throw a crankbait again?
Right.
I've been doing it ever since.
Exquisite craftsmanship, superior performance. When you need to get to the fish, turn to Wood Boat and Motor, Rhode Island's premier bass boat dealer, specializing in world-class performance Ranger and Champion boats and Evinrude outboards. For service, speed, and reliability, depend on Wood Boat and Motor. Visit us online or at our showroom.
If I can give you one tip about the swim bait, always challenge them. Take it away from them. Challenge them to bite it, that's the key. Guarantee you one thing, you can never reel it away from them, never.
They move pretty fast.
You gotta challenge them to bite it if you wanna catch a different one. If you wanna catch the same one that everybody else will catch, if you want to catch a different one, like one Mark's caught his whole life, them big giant ones, you got to do something different. You can't have the same stuff on and reel it the same way everybody else does. Challenge them to bite it, take it away from them. Put it in a spot where it's an easy opportunity for them to feed.
All right, Art, we tried that point. Now we're going over to the dock, but we've only been on the water 15 minutes. A little bit cloudy, the sun's starting to break through, but this chop, I mean, it's fishing's fishing, right? This has got to be a good day.
Absolutely, and I can tell you, as swimbait fishermen, me and Mark, and swimbait fishermen everywhere, I can tell you the most extreme weather, that's what we live for. When it's the nastiest, it's raining, you can't see across the driveway, it's a guarantee you the swimbait fishermen are out there, and that's what we live for. Those big ones, they know, and they know when you're around, they know when there's not people out there. When you can go out there, there's lots of condition, lots of low light, those big ones come out and they feed.
So Mark, you're changing me up to a more compact swim bait. We're going into this dock with the cables, and the reasoning is, you were saying earlier that the larger one with the treble hooks obviously going to get hung up on the cables, but also, is it just because under the dock fishing where the fish may be, located or resting, they're more apt to come out to a smaller bodied swim bait?
Not necessarily, but what I've done here is these swim baits, not only do they vary in sizes, but they also vary in weight. And there's various rates of falls. This particular bait will fall 5 feet in 10 seconds. So it's a very slow falling bait. The bait that I took off, which is right over here, same bait, right? Looks the same, a little bit different hook configuration. Well, this one will fall 16 feet in 10 seconds.
Okay.
So with all the snags and all the cables that we have here, we want a bait that's just gonna kind of suspend and fall really slowly so you stay away from those snags and fish the bait effectively.
You have the lake record striper, so why don't you tell us the specs and where you caught it?
Lake record striper I caught a few years back. It was 30 pounds. I caught the fish on a swim bait, just on a big main lake point. I'd actually been fishing for largemouth and had caught 15 or 20 largemouth on one spot, and lo and behold, I caught that big striper. And ever since then, there's been more and more of them showing up, and been catching several of them in the mid-20s the last couple weeks, but there's definitely a lot bigger ones. With the amount of trout that they've been putting in here lately, they've been stocking a lot of trout that come from Mount Lassen Hatchery, which are trout that'll come anywhere from 8 to 13, 14 inches long. And then they have Department of Fish and Game stocks, which are what they call sub-catchable trout, and those will come anywhere from 3 to 7 inches long. And there'll be trout that they stock in here that'll be anywhere from this to this long, and they have stocked approximately about 100,000 already this year alone in the last month and a half. So when you stock trout that are this size in a lake this size, those fish will put on 2.5, 2 3/4 pounds in a year. So the possibilities are endless with that type of stocking. We just got over here to this big main lake point, and one thing I can tell you with swim baits that's real important that will increase your odds a lot is to try and target somewhere where there's a little bit of current. And what I mean by that is someplace where the wind is going to create current, and where that's going to happen the most is in saddles, where you're going to have the land come up, dip down, and come up and go down like that. And when that wind blows crossways through there, you're going to get a lot of current that flows through there, and that's what we've done here. We pulled up on a main lake point that's got a bunch of rolling knolls that go out into the lake, and as the wind is blowing sideways across there, creates a lot of current through there, and those fish just sit right on the backside of that. and just wait for those trout to come swimming by, and that's what we're targeting here.
So Mark, if I feel that little tick, that worm bite, do you set the hook on these rear back, or do you just start cranking, winching them in?
I crank as fast as I can and set the hook at the same time.
Both.
Just pick up as much slack as possible and really hammer them hard. You know, the thing with these rubber baits like this is, you know, these bass that we're targeting here, these are trout eaters. They're not necessarily rooting around, moving rocks, trying to find crawdads, so they have teeth. And when they grab onto this bait, you have to be able to force that bait through that fish's mouth to get the hook set. So you want to give it everything you got. You know, we're fishing with pretty much a hammer down drag for the most part. 25-pound test mono, so it's going to have some stretch to it, so you really want to wind and just give it a really good rip in order to set the hook.
Then winch them in on your big old Okuma reels.
You bet, winch. My saying is, you fight them when they're in the boat.
Good.
You winch them right to the boat. You don't want to give them any slack. If they get slack, I mean, this bait right here weighs over 5 ounces, and if they come up thrashing their head around and they're slack in the line,
see you later.
Gone.
Yep. At least you can say that fish looked nice.
Yeah.
Basically what this is, this long pinnacle ridge that runs out here into the lake is capped off by a rock pile at the end of it. And then it goes down into a valley, and there's an additional one that pops up out here about another 100 yards. This is another one of those spots that creates lots of current through the saddle. But right out here on the tip of it out here, kind of like out on the end of the peninsula, a lot of those big largemouth and stripers will hang out here because a lot of the trout get blown over the top of this thing. So I think a couple good casts out here over the top of the rock pile, we're gonna have a good opportunity.
Yeah, and we do like the cloud cover and the waves, but tell you, that sun breaking through, it was getting a little chilly out here, so I'm liking that right now.
It's nice.
Come on, baby. I just need a bass to load up on this. I get one, I'm good, Mark. One, I'm good. Anything more than that's a bonus.
We've moved to another new location. I think that's one of the key things that you got to experience with swimbait fishing is you got to be willing to stick and move. What it is there's those swimbait fish, they swim up and they feed at very opportune moments. They're very short windows of feeding time. So basically what there is there's main highways that they swim down, and then these areas that we're pulling up to are a Jack in a Box, a Wendy's, In-N-Out Burger, and basically what they are is they swim right out of the channel, they swim right up for a short window of opportunity to feed, they swim right back out. They swim down the bank in the channel, swim right back up, feed again. So basically what we're doing is we're pulling up, making 2 or 3 casts on a spot, our first couple casts the best, moving, stick and move, always giving yourself an opportunity of finding one that's up there in the position to feed.
These HUDs, I'm hooked. Mark from Okuma Fishing said, you are gonna have a blast in California. Haven't really thrown swim baits, and especially swim baits this big, so I'm kind of getting the gist of it. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, once you get into this swim bait fishing here, it's an addiction. Like I said, I've been doing this pretty much exclusively for 14, 15 years now, maybe even longer. I don't even know here. But you definitely need to prepare yourself. You know, going out throwing these baits, this bait weighs 8 ounces. You gotta have the right gear to do it. You gotta have the right mindset. You're going out looking for that one giant fish, and it's definitely addicting, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. I'm having a blast. Well, we better get back in the water.
Let's do it.
Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this buoy out on the end of this rock pile so that I can come back here in 20 or 30 minutes and make my first couple casts the best. Because it's so far out from shore, it's real hard to know exactly where it's at when you pull up to it. So I'm just gonna look for it, put my buoy out, leave, go fish another spot, and then ease up real slowly in a little bit, make my first couple casts the best, and that'll give us a little better opportunity. Perfect. Okay, there's our big rock pile. It's right there. It's right here still, yellow water. And I'm gonna go so we can go behind it. I don't wanna go exactly right on the best spot. So we know the rocks are gonna be in front of the buoy. We're gonna go right there. I'll let that buoy out. I got her covered up with some camo duct tape so that opposing fishermen can't check onto our spot.
So you don't like the neon green model?
Oh no, sir. Now we're going to come back in a little bit, surprise them.
The baits today range from anywhere from a 4-inch swim bait all the way up to a 15-inch swim bait, with weights varying from a 1/4 ounce for your extreme small baits to in upwards of over 1 pound. If you look down here at some of these baits that I have laid out, you could see the baits of yesteryear, like the one I'm holding here. This is what a bait that's called a Z-plug or the MS Slammer. These baits still catch fish today, don't get me wrong, but if you look at the ultimate realism of baits like this Nate bait here, or the Huddleston Deluxe, or even this Castaic soft bait right here, extreme detail is what's fooling these largemouth. What we got here is an Okuma Guide Select swim bait rod matched up with an Okuma Red Isis swim bait reel. The reason why we use these reels is, one, they have a super large line capacity. When you make a long cast, you still have plenty of line, so you're not going to lose your gear ratio and where you have to compensate and wind the reel faster in order to move the baits effectively. The Guide Select swim bait rods come in a full range of 7 different rods. The Red Isis here, as well as the Enduron, are also reels that we manufacture and produce for the swim bait crowd. Swim baits, they're a fun thing to do. You definitely need to concentrate on them and put all the other worm rods and crankbait rods away. Grab your big rods and go out there and give it a try.
Nice job, Mark.
Good job. Nice job. We got one here.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. I'll help you out here, Mark.
I'll grab it.
You got it? Slide that gate open. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. I got the back of your rod. Good job, Mark.
Atta baby.
Yeah.
Nice. That's what it's all about right there.
11-inch bait.
Give me some love on that one. Nice job, bro.
Big.
Twitching that bait along. I saw the fish come up and flash on it, so I paused the bait, and the fish came up again, and I gave it one good rip, and there you go.
That's not bad.
Nice California fish. Not a giant,
No.
but you know, nice 5-pounder.
Hey,
That's what we live for.
15 minutes, yeah, hour and 20 minutes on the water. That's a good sign.
Definitely. You know, if the conditions are right, we just need to find the fish that are active and feeding.
And I still can't get over the viewers back east. They're gonna freak out when they see that swim bait and that bass.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
That fish is not what we consider big.
no.
Look at that bait. That's an 11-inch bait with what, a 18-inch, 19-inch bass?
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's get this girl back.
Nice.
Go.
That was a nice fish.
Yeah, decent fish. You know, it goes back to what I told you earlier about working that bait all the way back to the boat. That fish came up about 10 feet, 12 feet from the boat, came up, and I was really twitching the bait hard, making it really erratic and jerk. And I saw the fish come up and flash. I paused the bait. I focused on what was going on right then and there. I twitched it one more time. It ate it.
Done
There you
deal.
go.
Done deal. In the boat. Good job. I'm throwing it out here. It's a workout. It's a little bit of you know, that weight over and over. It's
Absolutely.
a little bit
You got to be committed to it. You know, I can tell you, you want to learn how to swim bait fish, you come swim bait fishing with your swim bait rod and your swim baits. You know, you got to come out and spend 7-8 hours learning, and every cast learning, and that's the only way you do it. And that's the mistake that most people make is, man, I'm going to go swim bait fishing. And they go out there and they fish for an hour with the swim bait and they put it down, they pick up the drop shot or the jig, which is all great. But if you want to learn, you want to give yourself the biggest opportunity, it's a matter of cast. You got to put your time in, even if it's for an hour a day, 10 minutes a day. If you have a chance to continually throw the swim bait, you're going to catch more bigger fish, there's no doubt. You just got to keep it on your line.
Yeah, I probably hucked out about 30 or 40 casts now, and it's a good feeling. Like I said, just that weight. I'm so not accustomed to throwing something that heavy out there.
It's very rewarding to catch one on it. I can tell you what, that's what makes it, you know, a lot of fun is you get a chance to go out there and fish different. You know, you get a chance to go out there and learn. It's not always the same bait, the same technique, the same spot. You're giving yourself a chance to learn, and you get a chance to go out there and use new baits, You get a chance to fish with new friends. And you know, that's what it's all about going out there and having a good time, having fun.
Look at this tower and the buoy line.
Yeah, this is the water inlet tower. This is they bring the water in and out of the lake right here. So there's lots of current around here and lots of good, deep, clean water. And we're gonna ease ourselves up against the buoy line right here, and we're gonna cast across it. We got a very good circumstance here because of the direction of the wind. It's blown the buoy line in a little bit, so we can get a lot closer than we normally have. So we're gonna be able to get some good shots here.
So what's the recommended from the FLW Pro? HUD 12, HUD 16, or triple trout?
HUD 16 right here.
See?
Dead slow.
All right.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one right there. Okay, let me.
That's good. Let's see what you're gonna bring him in.
Facing that wall.
Wow.
What was Art saying about walls?
Hang.
Against the face. It's a little fish.
Nice one. Up. Nice.
Fat little chunker.
That's a fat.
That's a good one.
Want me to grab him?
Come off. That's all right. Perfect.
That was beautiful.
Perfect release. Nice and easy. Didn't need to get slimy on that one.
That's a quick release. All right, Mark, you got that right off the wall, 3.5, 4 pound. We didn't get to take pictures of it, and you decided to do the quick release because you wanted to get back out there, right?
Oh, absolutely. I saw the fish was barely hooked. I even mentioned right before it spit the hook that it was probably going to come off, and sure enough, it did. But we got to look at it.
Oh,
fish
boy.
on! That's a better fish.
Oh my God.
That was pretty.
Oh, it came off.
Oh no,
Dude, that was a giant one.
That rod was loaded.
God.
Whoa!
Dude,
The
that was a
agony.
giant one. What I had done is, I don't know if you can see this or not, but you can see all the teeth marks on this bait, all the chew marks all around the head. That's one thing, they always eat a swim bait head first. But I just had a couple of those fish on, had one real big one on, and had the fish come off, so I came in just to check my components, and I had one of my hooks was bent over, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace that with a fresh new sharp hook and get right back out there, get back in the game.
And he's angry now, folks. He's
Oh, yeah.
angry.
Oh, yeah.
He's missed a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Game on. Fish are in trouble now.
High and to the left.
Oh,
Nice.
not enough. That's all right. You go get it. Nice. He got one. I told you to go get it,
Yes, sir.
didn't I? Yeah. There it comes.
Come to Papa.
Whoa, big boy, hoisted in. No net required.
No, sir.
That's a nice boy.
Yes, sir.
like that.
There we go. Hey, I'll take your shades.
That's a beauty.
Got it.
Yeah, nice one. Did you see how fast I was reeling that thing?
Yeah, you skipped him across the top for a little bit.
That's a Diamond Valley beauty right there. Specimen. Beautiful colors. Nice and fat, shorty 240.
Yep. That looks
Dandy.
good. That was a nice little catch in the pocket there. And like you said, 10 feet different. I'm a little upset. My swim bait landed here. Yours was 10 feet to the left. Boom. You banged it.
I can tell you the cast is one of the most important things on the swim bait, but it's just a call that, you got to listen to your instincts and things that guide you there. We almost drove right by the spot. I turned around, I saw a couple tumbleweeds in there, the wind's blowing in there. All the aspects were telling me that that's a good zone where one might be up there sitting in there ready to feed. Made a good cast and was fortunate enough to catch a nice one.
All right. Well, the day's not over. Another couple hours. I'm thinking we can get another one or two.
Oh yeah, no question about it. No
Let's
question.
go do it. This is Dan Kenny from GoFish, and when I'm up in the beautiful state of Maine, I'm staying at one place only, Lakeside Motel and Cabins on the shores of Cabo Family, fun, and fishing. Check out this facility at lakesidedlodging.com. Only 3 hours from Boston and 10 minutes off the main turnpike.
Hello, this is Andy at the Lakeside Motel. Please come join Sherry and I at your home away from home.
I love it.
After I tie the swim bait on, is I go ahead and color it with a Sharpie pin. All braided line is dyed. So after a while, you can see how the braid has turned white. It was green originally. So I just take a black pin and I just mark up about 3 or 4 feet above the line, above the bait, and just camouflages it out and just gives you a little extra edge. Especially in this clear water, it makes a big difference. It does make a big, big difference. Little things make all the difference in this sport. Perfect. You can sit there and tell the difference just right there. Huge difference color in the line.
Yeah!
Big some. Dude, it's a big sucker right here, dude. It's a big striper.
Nice job.
Dude, it's a trout, dude. Dude, this might be the lake record trout, dude. This might be the lake record, dude. This might be the lake record.
Wow, look at this trout.
Dude, I don't know what to hear. Open. We need to open a gate up somewhere.
Right here, dude. I got this gate open. Both gates are open. We're scrambling for the big trout. Oh my goodness. Both gates are open.
Oh my
goodness, what a trout. The trout hit the triple trout.
I can tell you this, that is a beautiful, beautiful Diamond Valley rainbow trout.
That is nice.
Beautiful little sucker.
Unbelievable. On the triple trout.
On the triple trout. That's amazing.
So after throwing these all day, I'm not going to the gym at the hotel tonight. That's for sure. And I may be taking some leave before I go to bed.
There ain't no doubt about that.
But hey, it was a good day. Not a lot in quantity. Lost a few, had a few nibbles, and I learned how to throw a swim bait. I haven't caught one yet, but that's okay. I mean,
it takes time. It takes time, but mission accomplished. You know, when you get the excitement of the swim bait blood in you, it stays with you forever. And I can tell you that it has been fun. We had some great opportunities today. Had a real big one hooked, but when you get a chance to come out here and get 8 or 10 bites and throughout the day and land 5 or 6 of them on the swim bait, heck, that's an awesome day.
right.
I mean, we come out here with the intentions a lot of times of getting 1 bite. So when you get a chance to get 8, 9 bites in a day, man, you can't ask for nothing more. I really appreciate you coming out, and it was an awesome time.
Oh, we had a great time. We still got a half hour. It's not over yet.
Never over.
It's bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, 1 strike. But we still have a little bit of time, and I hope to bang one. But if not, I mean, I felt a couple thumps today. That's cool. I know Mark from Okuma, he hooked me up with all his swim baits, all $3,083 worth that he brought on board. And I just think it is sick. You just throw in all your fishing stuff and go straight swim bait. That's all I'm carrying.
Absolutely. It's a little different when you're casting a $100 lure out there.
Yeah. We had a great day on the water, Diamond Valley Lake, swim bait fishing in California. Mark Rogers from Okuma Fishing. Not bad, huh?
No, that was good. We put a couple fish in the boat. I think you learned a little bit.
That's a good thing.
Definitely. Well, come back out next time. We'll make sure to put you on a 10-pounder.
Next time I'm coming out, I have a feeling that we're going to catch a lot more fish.
Absolutely.
All right. Until next time, God bless and go fish.